I would say that the primary purpose of trying to develop this kind of a map is because it can enable conversation and inquiry.
Hmm.
More than anything else. I mean, I already said that, the map that I've been working on is the product of conversations. And there have been a series of maps that we have used over the history of religion in the United States to describe them. The map is simply a descriptive tool. This is what I see. And so the question is, if I draw the picture of what I see and you read that picture and you say, oh, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have something to talk about. And you can raise issues with me and say, Gil, well, what about formation? Well, we wouldn't have had that conversation if it hadn't been for a map where we were pointing to people who were doing this kind of, kind of community building without the formation that we know. So we're able to say, are they doing formation? Okay, so do you hear what's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
A map is simply a description. It is this interpretive framework is the way that that Wind and Lewis talk about these maps. Here's our interpretation right now. What does that help us see, and what do we want to talk about? What will we work with?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, this map is simply preparing for the next map maker. Did I mention my friend and my neighbor collects historic maps from the 1500s?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, but don't think about this. He's Canadian.
Okay.
And, with his Canadian background, he has this quest to purchase maps of Canada that would be the lower the southeast portion of Canada and the northeast portion of the United States. And so he has some maps that go back into the 1500s.
Wow.
Okay, so back then, they didn't have a whole lot of information. And so you can see where the Great Lakes are, but they're the size of a sea. I mean, they overwhelm the map because that's what the map makers could see at that time.
They didn't have the edges.
They didn't have, okay. Yeah. And so then what happens is people use those maps to take their trip, and they come back and they make a better map because they saw more. They used this and they found more. And okay, that's where we are. That's why a map is helpful. We need a way to talk about an experience that is confusing us. Mm-hmm. And it's not a way of trying to explain everything. Mm-hmm. It's not much more than, this is what I see. Do you see it?
Yeah.